Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Tea with Shubra Claire Kasozi. I am in live studio session with the lovely Asmahaney Saad. I'm in a live studio session with the lovely ladies who are in our audience today. But before we get into everything that we're about to discuss about mentorship, about empowerment, and about business, allow me first to introduce what this is about. This is the Tea with Shubra Claire Kasozi, and the Tea with Shubra Claire Kasozi is under the auspices of the annual SHEO Forum. The annual SHEO Forum is organized by the Atangaza Foundation, and the purpose thereof is to bring together powerful and blooming as well as growing young female CEOs and connecting them with the CEOs who have made it in Uganda but also East Africa. Yeah, when we were starting out, you were a bit mesmerized at how we are setting up our mentorship series. And you said you had a picture for mentorship. So we would love to understand from you what you understand to be mentorship, but also what is the place of mentorship in our society as Uganda, but Africa at large?
So yes, mentorship for me, first of all, I'll just give context why I'm so passionate about mentorship. So for me, when I always say this, when I finished Law Development Center, okay, I think at like some of your age, right from university, there was nothing like this, or maybe I was never made aware of it. So basically you are just maneuvering through life based on the routine that has been scheduled for you, that is school life. And then you have perhaps people you look up to, but they'll always be from afar. So then people, of course, you'd see some female lawyers. And for me at my time, the lawyers who stood out the most were male lawyers, right? Some of the seasoned or celebrated lawyers, that's Professor Katende Sempewa. Some of them would come and lecture. They were but they're all male. So then you ask yourself, okay, where is my place in this thing? And then you look at the females, academicians, some you see in the NGO space. So it was kind of cloudy. Though you feel that I want to be like these men, they are so far, you can't. How do you approach a senior? How? For us it was that bad. You don't just go and talk to a lawyer of 10 years experience and you're like, hi. Oh my God, your job is to carry my diary and should be there somewhere, So yeah, it was that. So getting out of LDC, you couldn't. It was more of your peers. So you sit down, everyone is sharing. Let's start a law firm. Okay, I remember we had a group. Shout out to them. We're still friends up to now. Kagogove girls. We all inspired ourselves. Let's start a law firm. Yeah, we got. So, I think it just fell off after registration. Because, we didn't know how. No one is telling us, okay, maybe just go do it. Then eventually everyone life took us to different spaces. So for me, coming from that experience, and of course even just getting into the career space now, starting to do life, literally you're doing life now. There was no one really to say that I can look up to this one. And maybe even social media wasn't too, that maybe I'll go on social media, nothing. So either it's your mother who is telling you, when are you getting married? You finished campus. You're like, huh? But I want to do something for myself before I get there. Relatives, and of course with family, it's all about timelines. Okay, you've gotten a law degree. We did your graduation party, tick. Finished LDC. We did a kapate somewhere. Next, you're like, okay. So it was more of peer kind of mentorship. So guys are working in law firms. I was working in some little company there. So you're just like knocking heads meet, and guys are like, man, things are hard. So it was really, really, really difficult navigating that stage of life without people to actually stand this side and say, you know what, it's fine. You can do this. You can do it this way. You can have a choice. You can do this, just to help you capture your thoughts, your passions, and kind of shape. And for me, I feel like a mentor is someone who just saves you a lot of pain and baggage, I mean, you don't have to go through the pain I went through. I could just tell you, this won't work, this will work. So for me, mentorship is exactly that. Of course, I think because of the tools, the environment that we have now, people look up to people, they're inspired, we have influencers. So you'll be influenced by someone through social media. Maybe you don't know them, but you just follow them and kind of pick up a few things that you can learn from them and implement. For me, mentorship is more of that personal, kind of a personal relationship, You actually know this person. Maybe it's a bit old school, but you know this person. You can reach out to them. You can come, and for me, the way I do mentorship for the people I mentor is you always come from a place of this is where I am. This is where I want to go. This is what I see that you have that will take me there. How do I get there? Using what I see in you. Than someone just coming and saying, oh, please mentor me. And you're like, okay, where do I start? And I feel like people always come from a place of, I have nothing. So you look at your situation at that point. I've just finished law school, or I'm just starting a business. I've just lost out a business. I need a mentor. I always feel like that mindset is not fertile ground for mentorship, because you're coming like from I don't know how to say it, but from a position of this mentor is your end all or be all. She's going to solve everything. And I feel sometimes that's why mentorship doesn't work. But I always feel that, and that's what whenever people contact me, mentor me, I'm always like, you have to. I've had those such scenarios where someone is like, oh, I missed LDC, or like just gives you a sob story, and they're coming in with this thing of, if I interacted with you, things are going to be fine. I'm like, no, by the way, they are not. First of all, you need to come from a place to say, this is who I am. These are my strengths. I can do A, B, C, D. This is where I want to go. Even if it's not so clear, maybe just a short-term goal. Maybe I want to navigate A, B, C, D. These are the things I see in you, Some people tell me maybe we like you do a lot of governance, maybe you're confident. Like, people point out certain things. How do we tap into those things to help me get there? I told her, my friend, first of all, LinkedIn is not going to work. This is my WhatsApp number. Call me. It was a Saturday, but because I was like, okay, I felt I could help her, because the fact that she was telling me I'm moving from one, I could see where so we took an hour. It was a Saturday. I gave her my number. We chatted on WhatsApp. We did a mock interview. I just beat her up, and and the interview was on Tuesday, and she called me and she got the job. So for me, that is my ideal mentorship. Like, I just need to come in and use my experience, So you have to come from a place of, this is who I am, so there's a bit of a work that you need to do also. Because sometimes I feel a lot of things happen to us, and we always feel that. And then also, I think you said, when you kind of said, I have 15 years and some of you are just starting. Yes. And so that also, I think sometimes when you feel like I'm just starting, Asmahaney is there, it's time, and time will happen and things will work out. But you just have to allow that process to take place. And then, the next 10 years, maybe I'll if you're mentored by someone like me, I throw in a 5. So instead of 15 to be here, maybe 10, you're the next CEO being interviewed in like 5 or 10 years. So for me, that's what mentorship looks like. Wow.
That's amazing. I believe you carry a lot of wisdom, because for every session that I've had with you, I think one question can keep me for like a month. Yeah, keep me like for a month. But one of the things I have picked from what you have said is it's important to have also a targeted approach to mentorship, because that person who reached out to you needed guidance in as regard career. They wanted to get somewhere, they set a target, and they reached out with what they wanted, and you were able to help them. Yeah, I think that makes mentorship even easier, instead of having an approach of, I have found my mommy, and she's going to have to dream about me and sort me, sort me all together. Yeah, and that takes me to my next question.